Hey, what it do? What it do? We are live and on set. How is y'all the people doing today? What's going on, folks? How y'all doing today? We are live in the studio. Hey, I'm in the studio. Yes, I made it to the studio tonight. We had technical other issues going on yesterday. I told y'all technically I didn't even want to be here if I'm being honest, but I'm here. Thank you all for joining us. I'm gonna give you all a moment to join. I'm looking, checking, waiting patiently. In the meantime, in the between time, y'all know how we start this thing off. We always start off with prayers for everyone that's going through something, got something going on, and financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever the case may be, we're praying for those people. Now, a couple of special prayers today. Um, First and foremost, I want to say a special prayer for all the people in my homeland, Jamaica. Pray for my folks in Jamaica. Although you may have seen the videos where they were acting like they don't, we y'all know our people. As a culture, we try to make humor out of everything just to get through it. So, with that being said, it looks like we're not taking it serious, but our home country, Jamaica, took a hit. My home country, let me say that. My home country, I am not really from Jamaica, but I say it all the time. My home country, Jamaica, took a hit from Hurricane Melissa, and it was a lot of devastation. So I don't know if you guys remember, but last year I sent out boxes, or last summer, I'm sorry, I sent out boxes to friends that I had there in Jamaica. So that we're going through recovery, now that we're going through recovery efforts, and I know that they're going to need additional assistance, I am going to set up another Amazon page where you guys can donate to. I'm gonna start picking out things that I figure they will need, as far as sending them a care box from us like we did the last time. And for everybody that helped the last time who sent something out, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much for that. But like I said, this time is more devastating. So I hope and pray that we all can come together. Listen, we got to come together for each other right here in the United States. And we also got to help our others outside of the United States. And that's in Jamaica because of the devastation that they went through. And that's one of the places that we all like to go and enjoy ourselves. So why not try to help the people and get back on their feet so we can go back and enjoy ourselves again? So prayers for Jamaica, and also prayers for the Noon family and the Holton family. We're praying for both families. It's a lot to lose someone you love, especially when they're great people, good people, and it's unexpected. So, with that being said, prayers for everybody that lost and is going through something, because it's devastating this week for the city of Harrisburg. So amen, amen. So today it's a special live on this good old Thinking Thursday. You know, I like to irk folks, so I'm gonna call it Thinking Thursday. Let's think about it. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. I have special guests tonight. I have the candidate for Dauphin County Clerk of Courts, Miss Tina L. Nixon, and I also have Miss Madam Mayor in the studio, Miss Wanda Williams. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got voting coming Tuesday. We want y'all to understand how imperative it is for y'all to get out and vote this Tuesday, because if we don't turn up and vote, we're already in hot water. If y'all don't see the hot water that we're already in by the decisions that were made by our people choosing not to vote, let us pray that everybody sees that the devastation that's going on right now, and they decide that yes, let's get out here and get these votes in, because we need y'all. If we ain't never needed nobody in our entire life, we need our people to come out and do numbers on Tuesday in the voting offices. So, with all of that being said, I would like to now introduce my first guest of the evening, Miss Tina Nixon, Miss Clerk of Courts, the candidate for Clerk of Courts. Hi, good night, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Go ahead and introduce yourself,
I
ma'am.
am Tina L. Nixon, and I'm the candidate for Dauphin County Clerk of Courts. Born and raised right here in Harrisburg, PA, Polyclinic Hospital.
Oh, like
I'm
my
not.
children.
I'm not going to say the year though.
No, no, no. Okay, that's good. All my kids were born in polyclinic. That's why I love. I'm listen. Uptown is my place. So anyway, go ahead. Can you tell them what you're doing here tonight?
I'm here tonight to talk a little bit about the Clerk of Courts, and I echo the importance of voting. When you don't vote, you give away your power. When you give away your power, you lose lots of things, as you can see now. It's so important that we become engaged and get out to vote. Period. That's what we need to do.
Period. Because listen, this is what's going on. Right now in our country, not just in Harrisburg City, but in our country, we are suffering so much. Our people and other people in a whole are just suffering because they don't understand how important it is to vote. And a lot of people voted incorrectly and now they're realizing it and they're losing their minds. So the whole thing for me was I knew that when these SNAP benefits were cut off, there was going to be an issue and that they were going to say something and people were going to start losing their minds. The thing is, they're expecting us as a people to be the ones that lose our minds. But what we're really finna do is we're going to come together and help each other and get this thing going. But the reason we're saying we want folks to get out here and vote is because it's disparities all over the system, including the office that you're running for.
At every level. There's disparities at every level. My former career, I was a diversity, equity, inclusion executive, trained executive. And that's one of the things I looked at. And the clerk of courts, yes, there are disparities. Disparities when people stay locked up for too long. And justice delayed is justice denied. And that is really critical, especially for our community.
That's the part they don't get, how important the clerk of courts is. Can you explain to them how important the office of the clerk of courts is?
The importance.
No, how about this? Explain what it does, what they do.
Okay. So the clerk of courts is the administrator for the whole county, the courthouse. They do everything from filing paperwork, getting paperwork from the judges, getting the final orders in, protecting evidence, making sure evidence goes where it is securing and is put where it needs to be, making sure that individuals know when their court dates are. Also, the clerk of courts is responsible for swearing in the jury and making sure the jury pool is diverse and representative of the
Us.
individuals that are on trial.
And
It's
we don't get that.
no, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. One of the reasons why is because people don't show up for jury when they get those, things. We know it's a hardship to, get days off work and those type of things, but if you really want to be represented by your peers, we have to show up. We have to do our part. And so it's important that individuals understand that. It's important that individuals understand how the systems work and the systems from the state, we go from the state to the county to the local level. And all those systems have to connect in order for people to get justice. I had a gentleman tell me when I was out canvassing that he was upstate, he was in prison, he was paying his fines, and when he came home, he went down to the clerk of court's office, and it showed that he didn't pay any of his fines. So one of the things that
So this was holding him up from
from
he had
getting a
paperwork,
job,
everything.
everything. And so and I said to him, I said, when I win, I want you to come and see me so we can figure out together how we can resolve this. One of the things I don't have all the answers, but and I'm willing to learn and connect with people so that we can streamline systems and make them work for all of us, not just for those who have the most money, not for those who have all the connections.
That's what it's about right now.
Yeah.
Right now, the system is geared towards people with money, and people who have the connections. So we need to make the connections amongst us. And we're the absolute voting powerhouse that can do that. But people are so naive in the facts that they don't understand that our votes are super important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our vote and our buying power.
So are you racing against someone? We're not going to mention any racer's name, but are you racing against someone?
Yes, there's
so they slid someone into the race, huh?
Yes. And so I would say, when I think about the opponents out there, I look back at my leadership and my 30 years of community service in serving this community, both professionally and personally. And when you talk about the duties of the clerk of court, one thing that I've learned and I really work towards is how to lead individuals.
Right.
And, during my career, I've led over 200 in, a staff of 200, had a staff of 150. So I know
You're
how.
equipped to handle the caseloads
Absolutely.
that's coming
Absolutely.
through that office that are currently not being handled
And,
or mishandled.
and
Let's say that
right.
mishandled.
And understanding the challenges. One of the things when I was out and about, someone talked about advocacy. To me, advocacy is just not about just picking up the phone and making a phone call. And if someone says no, then you don't do anything else.
No,
No, you have to continue to
fight for what's right.
break down the barriers, go over them, under them,
Hmm.
connect with individuals that have the experience and power to make things change. And that's what I'm willing to do. And, working with the judges, working with probation parole, working with the police officers. In my career, I worked with all of them. I built the legal center at the YWCA. We had one attorney when I started there. When I left to move on, we had a full blown legal center. So understanding systems, but understanding the legal system and understanding how to connect the dots to get what you need from the people that are in
Right.
those positions.
Right, exactly. Wholeheartedly agree with you on that one. And one of those things are putting people in place that we know are for the people and not just for the pockets, because that's what we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with people putting people in positions that are for the pockets and not for the positions. And the person that you're running against is for the pockets, not for the people. That's why we don't even speak their names. The people that we don't want to speak their names, we don't even speak their names. Okay, that's where we're
Excellent.
at with it in this point in time. Um, it's a lot of misinformation being spread throughout this election.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I say, you know what? Do your homework. If someone comes up to you and says, I don't like Tina because of X, Y, and Z, you know what? Reach out. Ask me the questions. I have nothing to hide. This is about me serving my community that I've been serving for 30 plus years.
Right.
And I think it's important that we elect people that you can have open doors and you can ask questions.
So
One of the things that we do, we elect people and then we say, "Oh, they didn't do anything or nothing changed." But have you asked?
yeah, that's why I was going to go with that. My next question was going to be right now. If someone wanted to ask you a question, how would they contact you?
They can email me at votetinanixon at gmail.com. I have a website, Vote Tina Nixon, www.vote Tina Nixon. They can contact me both ways.
Now, once you're elected, because you know I speak it into existence, once you are the Clerk of Courts, how would someone be able to get in contact with you once they have an issue with the Clerk of Courts? What do they need to do?
Come down to the Clerk of Courts. I will give you my phone number on my business card and email address, and contact me. Hold, hold me accountable. But what I'm going to do also is ask for your help and hold all of us accountable that we make this right. It's not just my job, it's all of us working together. And we have a community that is truly dedicated to helping and supporting one another. Um, I was just talking to a friend. There are over 7,000 federal employees in Harrisburg and the surrounding areas who haven't gotten a paycheck for two pay cycles.
Oh yeah, I know. Tell
Two
me about it.
two pay
I
cycles.
know.
And I know there are individuals right now, myself included, that are figuring out how we can get meals to families with children and how we can make sure that people have the basic necessities that they need. I've been doing this for a long time. And during COVID, I packed care kits and took them all over so people had um, personal hygienes and cleaning stuff and gloves and masks and all those type of things that's needed.
Right. That's the thing that we need to do now as a people. We are coming together, finding ways to donate. Okay, so listen up, ladies and gentlemen. If you have anything that you can help with families, diapers, wipes, any extras. I know extras are hard to come by right now. There are several different entities that are collecting donations to help small families that aren't currently getting any pays, because we have to take that into consideration. People have to go to work every day and are not getting a paycheck, and that's a fact. On top of the fact of not getting a paycheck, we have low income families who have small children who aren't going to eat
Hmm.
because they depend on their monthly food stamp benefits to eat. So we are in trouble all the way around the board. And the only way that we can pull ourselves back up by the bootstraps is to come together as a community and help one another. Is there any other thoughts or things you wanted to tell the community that you didn't get to say?
I would just say, look at my experience. Know that I've done my homework. I've visited other clerk of court's office. I've read all the materials. I met with the current interim clerk of courts, asking her, the needs of the office. And I think it's important to understand what I'm getting into, and I do. And I'm a hard worker. Um, I am intelligent. I know how to find answers to questions and problems. And I also know how to navigate systems. Healthcare is one of the biggest systems organizations in the world. And having been there for 10 years, I know the importance of understanding and navigating.
Right. So that our main focus is getting people into the positions we require to get the assistance that we would need amongst us because it's not getting done. For me, that's for me. Let me speak on my behalf because I hate speaking for other people. And even though I know this is other people's opinions, I'd rather say it's my opinion. That way, you know it's coming from someone genuine. So I've seen the disparities. I've seen the disgrace. I've seen the long wait times. I've dealt with it. I'm currently dealing with it in the court system. So with that being said, we need to get out here and vote. And my vote is with you, Miss Tina.
Thank you.
I encourage everyone I know to get out on Tuesday, November the 4th, and vote Tina L. Nixon as our candidate for clerk of courts.
And don't just vote, meet, hold people accountable.
Come out,
Don't,
do
yeah,
something.
don't just think,
They sit in the they sit in the back burners and they sit on the sidelines and they do all this complaining. They send me all these messages about all the stuff that they hate that's going on, blah 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 blah. They want me to say this, you want me to say that, but none of you ever show up at any of these meetings. None of you ever show up to hold anyone accountable for anything, but you want me to hold everybody accountable for everything that's going on wrong in the city, everything, and that doesn't make sense to me. So for me, okay, so prime example. It's a lot of mess going on with the mayoral race and all of that trash. There's a lot of misinformation being distributed about that. I'm gonna get into that deeply in a few minutes, but I just want to say, anytime it's directed, from what I'm seeing personally, in the space that we are in the political space that we're in, black women are kicked. They are kicking us to the ground. They kicking the black woman on the ground and they stomping us out. Anytime Anytime anything goes wrong, first thing y'all want to say it's the black woman's fault. I don't care what position she holds, where she's at. Any single time. When Camilla was running, there was all these issues with Camilla. I'm telling y'all, y'all got so much to say about the black woman. It's irritating. And then they would like, we have certain people amongst the social media network and in this political network who are not of us but have a lot to say about us. We won't even speak those names, but we know who we speak of. Had a lot to say about us, constantly speaking on us, constantly saying negative things, being rude, being disrespectful, spreading negative energy, spreading wrong information. The thing that I'm trying to get across to people is we got to stop listening to that and feed into that. Let that go. Let it go. Let it flow. We're gonna take care of each other now. So we need everyone to get out on November the 4th, get you in the office, and then once we get you in the office, come talk to you and hold you accountable for your position.
Absolutely. And, one of my favorite people I listened to over the 10 years is Joe Madison, the Black
Mm.
Eagle. And one of his favorite sayings is, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Are you gonna stop talking about it? That's what I
Yeah.
want y'all to do. I want y'all to stop talking about it and be about it.
Yeah.
Stand up. I want y'all to make me look stupid and come out by the droves because I know y'all not. I hate to
I'm
say it.
hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Uh huh.
I am
Uh huh.
hopeful.
I've been
But
hopeful.
voting is critical,
It's very
and
critical.
I think my grandmother, whose birthday is tomorrow, and the work that she did for the Democratic Party and NAACP and many other organizations in the community, I stand on her shoulders. And I've voted in every election since I was 18, and I will continue to vote as long as I have breath in me. And I think it's
Amen.
important
I'm
that
with you on that.
we all exercise our
Our
right,
rights to vote, and people
because
don't do that.
yes, we have to. We
I
have
agree
to.
with you wholeheartedly. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining What It Do
Thank you,
Wednesday.
and thank you for all you
And
do in
after
the
you become
community.
the clerk of courts, I'm gonna need you to come back and talk to us about the issues you're having in the office.
Oh, absolutely. Because, some people like to hide things.
Absolutely.
I said, I want to be transparent. I want to make it efficient. And I want to make sure that we're educating the community on the processes so people know what's going to happen. So absolutely come back.
Thank you so much. And I
Thank
got
you.
something for you before you leave.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank Miss Tina for joining us on What It Do Wednesday and feeding us the information that we required to know why we're voting for her and the reasons that we need to get out here and vote. I expect everybody to get out on November the 4th and vote for Miss Tina. I have a special guest coming up, so if y'all give me just a moment, I'm gonna switch it out, get my special guest in here, and we're on to it. Tina is the real deal. Thank you, Miss Tina.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you doing this.
All right, so our next guest is going to be a special guest who's coming to talk in regards to our mayor. Um, I'll let him get in here, and in the meantime, in between time, I got a few things that's going on this weekend. I'm gonna talk about those in a little bit. One of the things we're gonna talk about in the meantime is Friday tomorrow. We got some Halloween parties popping off tomorrow. Tomorrow we got the new Crawdaddies. We got a costume party at the new Crawdaddies. That's going to be tomorrow. Come on over here and join me, sweetheart. No, no, you can't mute me. Party tomorrow at the new Crawdaddies on 6th Street. Make sure you check that out with DJ Mike, the hype man. It's gonna be so hyped and beautiful. You can't miss that one. And then after y'all get done with that, make sure y'all wear your best costumes because there's a costume contest. And then there's also one right down the street and around the corner at the district. So you can hop from one spot to the next. It's going to be a party. Now I have a special guest joining me tonight, and he will be introducing himself. He is here on the behalf of the mayor, and he will explain to you why he is here. Thank you for joining What It Do Wednesday. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
What's your name?
Christopher McGraw.
Hey, Mr. McGraw. We knew each other for a long time. I'm just acting like we don't know each other. Chris, tell him why you here today, sir.
Well, I'm here to share an experience and a story
Okay.
about Mayor Wanda Williams.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Speak your
So,
piece.
well,
First, before
uh,
I'm sorry. Before you start your story, let me just say this. Everybody has their opinions, their problems, their issues. Let me say this off the rip before I even bring Miss Wanda into this picture, before I start my interview with Chris, before I say anything. I have my own opinions. We all have our own opinions, right? We have all been on certain sides of the fence and felt a certain type of way. Excuse me, y'all see me getting my MP together. I'll get in that MP in a minute. MP Major Prep's having a Black Friday sale just for the record too. I'll get into that in a minute. Y'all can look like me and dress like me. But anywho, let me get back to my thought process. Everybody has their opinions. Everybody knows what side of the line they're on and how they stand. My thing is this: if you feel a certain way because your candidate didn't win the primary, that's fine, all well and dandy. But at the end of the day, you still have to vote. I don't understand what Louis Butts is doing. I have no idea why he chooses to want to keep bringing these votes and taking the little 500 votes that he gets and taking them over there instead of keeping them where they need to be. I have no clue. He has no win. We already established that 17 times. I don't understand why he keeps doing this redundant dumb shit. I just don't get it. But that's on him. I'm tired of talking to my friend like that. I don't get him. But anywho, moving along. Everybody was backing Lamont Jones. He is currently not running for the mayor. So now he has conceded and he is doing his own thing as the councilman. And you all decide. And I heard that a lot of Lamont supporters say that they're not even going to vote. If you don't vote, what happens is you put someone in position who is not for us, even if it's for two of us. Okay. Even if it's only for two of us, if it's just two of us, it's a problem. And I got a problem with that. because who y'all putting in position ain't gonna look out for not one of us, let alone 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 of us. So y'all need to understand that before y'all make your hasty decisions. I'd rather it be 5 of my people helped so it could trickle down the line to 10 to 15 to 50. Okay, so there's that. And a lot of people don't deal with certain people because of their experiences or what happened to them. But here we have a story that I'm getting ready to give y'all. That's a good one. Now, I'm sorry, Mr. McGraw. Go ahead, tell your story, sir.
Well, first I want to introduce a segue into my story.
Okay.
So it kind of like molded and shaped my mind in a negative way prior to the um, experience that I had with Miss Williams. This is about like 2016 to 17. There was a couple people about to be evicted, and on their behalf, I went down to the Martin Luther King building and I went to a couple different offices for help, and I wanted them to intervene, and they kept pushing me off to different offices. Go see this person. Go see this person. Go see this person. So I finally went to someone's office in the Martin Luther King building, and it was a Friday, and they told me that it was nothing they can do. It was a holiday weekend. It was Friday, and it was a holiday weekend, and they told me to come back Tuesday. And by that time, these people would have been homeless. They'd have been on the streets. And moving forward, that situation got rectified. But that was the thought that I had of the government. Like it was, a holiday weekend, not just a weekend, but a holiday weekend was more important than the citizens of Harrisburg. So moving forward to 2021, my mom called me and she said that there was a drainage issue in her apartment complex, and there was sewage coming up through the drains in the shower and in the floor drain in the bathroom. So I immediately went down there, and this affected like maybe 10 to 12 residents, and we went to the management, and they were kind of strapped. They have great management, but at this particular time, like the order had changed, and they stripped their abilities and their authorities. So they had to stick with the plumbers that they had under contract, and they had contacted a plumber. A plumber came out, and their equipment was broke. So, like at this time, there were several of the residents that lived in this complex. Like it had to be like an inch to close to 2 inches of sewage in some of their living rooms. It came out of the bathrooms, went in the hallways, and where this apartment complex is, the first floors are for handicapped, senior citizens, and people with health issues. So this was
Bad. This is
this
bad
was a severe
business.
situation. Yeah.
Right.
So I
Well, people, excuse me, not to interrupt you, but with sewage and older people, bacteria
all
causes
that
diseases.
exactly.
And if they have breathing issues
Immune
or
system.
immune system issues,
Yeah,
that could automatically cause death almost instantaneously.
exactly.
So go ahead. I'm sorry to
So,
interrupt.
like I said, they did the management did what their due diligence. They contacted the plumber. The plumber company came out. Their equipment was broke, so they were unable to clog the the main drain to all these apartments. And there was nothing that was being done. And these people were like still in their apartments. Some of them were outside. So I contacted a resource that I knew, Miss Gloria Martin, and I told her, I didn't really know what to do. So I called her. I know she was connected. And she said, I'm gonna give you a phone number. She said she's gonna help you. And she gave me Miss Wanda Williams' phone number. And at this time, she was the chair of city council. She was Madam Chair. And I had already had a bad experience with the government and in that building.
Right.
Like I said, it was, they said, when I went down in Prior, it was a Friday and it was a holiday weekend. They told me to come back Tuesday. This was for that other issue I was saying about the people being evicted. So now this particular weekend, it was a holiday weekend, right? And it was on Sunday.
Wow.
You know, so and
They
then it was
don't.
like
Nobody wants to
no,
work on Sunday.
exactly. So this problem went on all day, and it was unrectified. So when when I gave the people enough time, not saying that I'm some super authority, but I gave them time to do the due diligence, and they did, but they were unsuccessful. So I called Miss Gloria Martin, and she gave me Miss Wanda Williams' number. She said she's gonna help, and I called her, and I was kind of reluctant, but I called her, you know, and she immediately came right down. This is about like 8 o'clock at night at this time now.
Right. She came to see what was
Sunday,
going on.
Sunday on a holiday weekend. I just got to emphasize that because, like I said prior, they said it was Friday and it was a holiday weekend, so they couldn't do anything. Like the dude actually that I was talking to in the office, and I'm going back to the other story. He said he's actually getting off early. Like he got off at like 2, because he was ready
It
to.
was a Sunday. Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the prior
Yeah,
one.
Friday.
Yeah, the Friday. Yeah,
Yeah.
Friday holiday
Yeah.
weekend. He's ready to party. So he didn't have room. He didn't have time to help anyone. But Miss Williams came down. It was Sunday. It was like 8 o'clock, and I think we had contacted the deputy director of public works, which is Dave West. He came down, and then they got in contact with the city's plumber or whatever, and they came down and they unclogged the drainage issue, and Miss Wanda went around to every apartment building personally, knocked on the door, and she wanted to make sure everybody was all right. And then they couldn't stay in those apartments because it was unsanitary.
Right.
Right.
Now we got a sanitation issue.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And this was something, like I said, the apartment complex, they had to wait for the corporate authorities to give, say or whatever, and like time was ticking, and I think she had like about 10 different residents go. She put them up in a hotel, and not just any hotel. She put them up in the Crown, and like I was just looking at all the strategy behind that, because who knows if any of them were affected by that sewage, but the Crown's like right across from Harrisburg Hospital, so like it was just right down the
Just in
street from the
case.
apartment. Yeah, and it wasn't not down in any other hotels or whatever like that, but it wasn't the Days Inn on Front Street.
Right. It
and
wasn't one of those
yeah,
where anybody could just come. I know what you mean.
exactly. Yeah, so like
It's more of an upstairs scale hotel.
yeah, and the fact that she came out, like I said, I already had a bad experience down there, but the fact that she came out Sunday evening,
She showed you something different with the government.
man, she showed me her heart.
Right.
And that went, and like my mom lives there, so like that touched me in a way that if she asked me to do anything from that point on, I had no problem with it. She showed like to me, like to be a leader, you have to be a servant, and she was a servant in that. She went and served the people.
And a lot of people don't talk about the service that she does because they always so busy pointing out the bad. They want to point out the bad so bad, which we're gonna get into today. Dumb stuff. It be dumb stuff. For instance, they were talking about a stupid dumpster that she used to move. Like she's the damn mayor. Give her a damn dumpster to move with, and then y'all talk about that. But then y'all don't want to talk about the dude that piles the trash illegally in somebody else's stuff. Nobody talks about that. That's not blown up out of proportion, and I say it on a regular basis all the time.
No doubt.
But they want to talk about the petty stuff, and see, that's petty stuff to me. They talk about funds that are held back. Everybody has to take into consideration it's not just the mayor who makes these decisions. This is done through city council. Like I had Mayor Sierra Dent on last week, and she made it very clear the reason why a lot of the things that she can't get done and she would like to get done, because it has to go through city council. And when you're not meeting eye to eye on certain decisions, things just don't get done. And they don't talk about the good. So this is one of the good things, personal things.
Yeah, and it's past like it's about the greater good of the people.
That part.
And that's that. So like we got to get past our differences.
The individual differences. That's
exactly.
where the problem is coming into play. There are a bunch of individual differences that are clouding the minds of the people, which is understandable. I get it. But at the end of the day, what's best for all of us as a group?
Yeah. For the greater good. Now, if I may, I have now that was in 21. That was prior to her becoming the mayor. Now, after, and like I said, that I never like that touched my heart in a way that just let me know what type of person that she is. You know what I mean? So, um, in in 2021, someone I was involved with, their friend was in a house that the plumbing was leaking, the roof was leaking, and I had made an appointment to see the mayor at that time. She became mayor after that, and I went and talked to her about something other than that. But while I was there, I used that as a as an opportunity to let her know about
What was
the
going on
friend.
at the other place? Right.
And immediately, like she got up. I don't know if she remembers this, but she got up. She's like, "Let's go." This was in the middle of our meeting. She's like, "Let's go." She's ready to go up to the person's house. I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Let me call and make sure that they're there."
Mhm.
Right. And I called. They weren't there. I don't know if she remembers that, but like, yeah, that was just like some stuff like that. Someone just ready to move and be there, show up, and not just show up, but you know, do the work.
And that's another question I have, and I ask the mayor when she comes in, how many people actually make those appointments to sit down and talk to her to ask the questions?
But how many people know? Like I'm saying, like right now, I mean, she's someone that will talk to you.
Well, wait.
Period.
She was just on What It Do Wednesday a couple of weeks
Okay.
ago, and she let the people know that they can make appointments to speak
Always,
to her.
yeah.
So again, my question is, how many people have actually made the appointment to actually talk to her to get anything done
True that.
outside of making a complaint? I
Yeah,
hear the complaints, but how many of y'all went down there and talked to her and she just outright said no to your face?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And she's approachable, and she's like, to me, she's someone that relates. And I remember prior administration, I was talking to them about an issue, and the whole time they were sitting there looking, they were politicking.
One paying you no mind. One thinking
None,
about nothing you was
none,
talking about.
and told me to get back with them. They told me to call their office Friday, and I think about 39 Fridays had unsuccessfly passed
Pass
where I
before you
tried to
heard.
contact. Nah, I never heard from them, but try to call. And here's one last one, if I may. I had a meeting with her again. I think I had like 2 meetings, and I had presented something to her, and she had backed it or gave the approval. But I also work at the Boys and Girls Club,
Right.
and I wanted the police to not just ride by, but come in and interact with the youth.
Right.
And I wanted the same police that that they see in the neighborhood to try to break that stigma between both sides.
I've been
And
screaming that. I've been screaming
yeah,
that for a couple of years now.
so I told her that I had contacted, and I'm not gonna say any names. I
Right.
had contacted a person in the position that was the community outreach for the police,
Right.
and a couple of times they didn't get back with me, and then she immediately called up to the chief, and I was like, man, I hope they don't hold this against me, and like I'm not
Right.
saying anything against them or whatever, but
You ain't want no backlash behind trying to get some help.
she
Right.
called the commissioner,
Right.
and he came down, and like they talked, and he's like, well, we're as far as that, like we're kind of understaffed right now, this and that. But she made it for the community aides to come out. Just some presence and like
Some type of presence from their office to say, listen, we
they
want
were
to interact.
they were coming out. And we just had an event yesterday, and I was playing one of them in ping pong, and they said they were gonna come back out.
Yeah, I see the community service aides everywhere.
Yeah, so
That's a fact.
The request didn't go, like they didn't get swept
Didn't get
under the
swept under the rug.
Yeah.
You got some type
Yeah.
of response
And-
and a show.
And
So that
Yeah.
shows that there's and then the truth of the matter is the commissioner wasn't lying. We are so short staffed with the police department, so it's
Yeah.
not even funny.
yeah,
Trying to recruit, and that ain't just here in Harrisburg. That's across the nation
yeah.
as a whole.
But
So
But see, that's what I was saying. Like that that stigma, that barrier needs to be broken, because
agreed.
I believe some of these youth may secretly possibly want to be a police
I
officer.
said that. I
You
said
know,
that. I said we should start some type of police academy for the kids, for our parents to put some of the kids into a police academy so they can see what it's behind, see what the police do on a regular basis. I said that. I really did because
okay.
I feel like if more of our kids was involved in the police department, yeah, sis, I'll be seeing you with your little belt on. Um, I'm talking to our
All right.
constituents on the comments. But yeah, that I appreciate if people want to be more involved with the police because a lot of people don't know that myself. I grew up with the commissioner. He was a police officer when I was a kid, and I lived diagonally across the street from the now commissioner. But at that time, he was just a regular police
Mm.
officer, and he was a good cop because he seen all my dirt. And he literally seen all my dirt. I was into a lot of different stuff then. Y'all know when we were younger, we were doing stuff we ain't had no business doing. But I can genuinely say my personal relationship with him has always been strong because we always were honest with one another about what was going on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when I got in trouble and I told him I got in trouble, he helped me out. I can't say that for everybody else. I could talk about what
Because he
my
knew you.
experience.
Yeah,
Right.
he knew the type of
My
person you
experience.
were. Yeah.
Exactly. So I can also speak to Madam Mayor because my grandmother loved Miss Wanda. They were friends before she passed. And she loved Miss Wanda. And she always would say, you have to respect, even if you have a difference of opinion, you have to respect what they're doing because they're doing something for the community constantly. And I think that was back when she was on the school board. So that speaks to her experience with the city,
Yeah.
whether good or bad.
And her
She
heart
had
to serve.
exactly.
Yeah.
She's been here. Let me see. I'm that back then. Shucks, for me, 40 years. So that's just for me.
Yeah.
You know,
And if it ain't broke, ain't no need to try to fix it. I
I
mean,
mean, she only can get 4 more. Let's give them to her.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Ain't that true,
I see a lot.
Madam Mayor? Can you only be in office for only 8 years?
No, you can be in.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Stephen
Remember,
Reed
Stephen
was
was in
there
there
for.
28 years. Remember?
Oh
Yeah.
hell
He
no.
was in there 7 terms.
Oh no 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 no
Yeah.
no no. I know you don't, Miss Wanda. You two are getting too old for
Yeah.
these dramatics. I mean, for 7 terms from now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Chris, thank you so much for
Yep.
joining
I
me. I
appreciate you for
appreciate you.
having me. And it's definitely an honor and a blessing to be asked to come speak about you because I respect you highly. Yeah. I
All
thank you.
right, so now that you're getting ready to leave us, I'm going to take a quick break while I get Madam Mayor set up to get over here with us. Thank you so much again for joining me, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, now I have Madam Mayor get ready to join us.
Leave out.
Yep. And Madam Mayor, if you can come join us over here in the hot seat, ma'am. Are we on yet? No, you're not on yet. I'm just going to give you a All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live with Madam Mayor Wanda Williams. Thank you so much for joining us. But before we get with Miss Wanda Williams, I wanted to say a couple things real quick. First of all, Dan Miller, I'm going to go ahead and go at your neck real quick. You lied to me, so I already know you a liar. Didn't take nobody else to tell me. All you got to do is lie to me one time, and that makes you a liar. Because what I don't do is tell a bunch of lies. You made the video as far as Lamont goes, talking about Lamont Jones was backing you as the mayor. That's not true. I have spoken with Mont personally, and I'm telling you to your face, you're a fucking liar. Excuse my language, Mayor. You know I don't like to talk like that in front of you, but it is what it is. Comes out like that. You're a fucking liar, sir. What happened was Mont told you he wasn't backing anyone outside of what the Democratic ticket stated. That's what happened, sir. You went on to state that he was backing you, knowing you're running under that Republican ticket. That's not the case, sir. And on top of that, he never said he was backing anyone by name. So there's that. Now, as far as the write-in process goes, he does not want anybody to write him in. Also, what was stated was it was asked by one of the press if his following along the line said that they would write him in, would he accept it? He said he would accept it. Of course he would. This is fucking politics, people. Of course he's going to accept the write-in. I would accept the write-in. No disrespect to you, Mayor.
That's fine.
Okay. I ain't going to get like 2 write-ins anyway. But anywho, we don't need all those votes split up all over the place. which is why I don't understand what Butts is doing. You see what's going on, sir. You say you don't like this one. You know what he's about. You say you don't like what she's doing. Fine. But my thing is this. If you're taking those 500 votes that you might get and getting them to yourself, that splits them up amongst the other people. You're being simple. Stop. You're too smart for that. Please and thank you. Now, Mr. Miller, we're going to address some more of your lies tonight. We're going to get right into that. I just wanted to make the people aware of what Lamont's stance was with that write-in situation, because that was a crock of bullshit, and they made it into something more than what it was supposed to be, Miss Wanda. He didn't ask anybody to write him in, and that's a fact. Now, here's the thing. Now, I'm going to be honest with you on this note. When you win again, he's coming to run against you again. Just so you know.
Who's coming to run against
Lamont.
you?
He's going to run against you again. When you win this time, he's going to run against you again. I'm just telling you what I know.
And that's fine, because guess what? I'm not running again.
See?
I'm
Boom.
running again.
So you ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it.
I
But I was just saying, I just wanted to be honest with the situation.
Okay.
And if he runs again, I would back Lamont. I'm being honest. The only reason I'm saying that, and I'm a firm believer in new blood. That's the only reason.
Well, sometimes that's good, but new blood needs to be trained before they step into the
Okay.
pit,
Okay.
And
I feel like now,
and I don't, and I agree with you, and we're looking at that, but you should not do ageism, and that's what some of those council members do. Ageism.
No, I don't agree with that either.
I'm just saying that you shouldn't do that.
I don't like
And
that.
if he wants to step in 4 years, that's fine.
Yeah.
Him and anyone else.
Well, no, we're not talking about that right now. That's not neither here nor there. We're talking about you winning on Tuesday,
I've already
November the 4th.
I've already claimed it.
Right. I've already claimed it for you also. But Tuesday, November the 4th, we want the people to come out and vote for you. But we need to address some of the crap that's been going on these last couple of days. Because every time we get close to this date, a bunch of crap gets thrown out there.
Exactly.
So tell the people what you want them to know, and then we'll just talk from there.
That's fine. I thought you had some questions to answer first.
Oh, that's right. I do have one question. I'm sorry.
It's
I get off
okay.
track. You know me, Miss Wanda. I'll
That's
be all
right.
over the place.
Right.
First, can I just say thank you to the new Crawdaddies for supplying us with those good snacks. We had greens, mac and cheese, potato salad, collard green and chicken egg rolls, and crab bites, I believe. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dre. We appreciate you for those good snacks. We had a good time, and there's still some over on the tables for anybody out there that wants some more. But anyway, the question I have for you is, it's the same that I asked Mayor Sierra Dent last week. It's food and some security amid the federal disruption. So basically, the question is, what is our plan to help the low-income families as far as with the SNAP benefits being cut off and them not having access to be able to get food? What are some of the alternatives that we have in plans in place to help these families? Do you have any plans?
Oh my gosh, yes. I've already looked into that.
Okay.
Now this is when I can do an executive order. Dan Miller. I can do an executive order, and we can provide some services to the residents of the city of Harrisburg by going out to the food bank. And let me just reassure them that I found another food bank that we did not know about.
Mm-hmm.
So we have access to not one, but two food banks, and also another one down in the York area.
Okay, that's beautiful. I have a list. I've been doing my homework.
Okay.
And I created a list.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a picture of it, ladies and gentlemen, after my live show. But this is a list of all the food banks that I found near us and around us. I've been working hard, folks.
Okay.
So if you need to.
But are you talking about a manufacturer, the whole building? Are you talking about individual food banks, or they're supplied by the original food banks?
These are all food banks are either originals or supplied by.
Okay.
So it
we
may
can actually
be
go to the
we don't got
building.
the big building.
That's what I'm talking about.
We don't got
I
the
have
big building. I just got the list. You the big dog, man.
That's right.
I just got the little list of the little people. But my point is,
yes, We're
this-
going to be able to help
we're
those
we're
individuals.
working. We're putting together.
Yes, I've already put that in place.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's not like folks are not working to get ways for folks to eat.
You're right.
Trust us. We know that it's getting ready to get ugly out here. So everybody as collaborated together, folks that even regardless of what your feelings are, we are in a climate right now that we have to come together as a people to help one another because of this type of situation.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry, go right ahead.
That's okay. Yeah, I've answered the question. I
Yeah.
you know, I
So
have the authority to do an executive order.
okay.
And
So
I
we
will.
are. So when it gets ugly out there, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, when I was just talking to Chris, because Chris was talking about all the good things you've done for him, I said to Chris, I said, Chris, you know, I wonder. This is my own personal question, my mayor. How many of those people actually make appointments with you and come talk to you?
Oh my God.
No, seriously.
I can tell you, we got 4, 5, 6 a day on Fridays.
That's it.
Every Friday. Every Friday, 4, 5, 6 people.
And how many people you got to walk up to? Do you turn your back on?
Oh, they walk in.
Okay.
They walk in without appointments. I never turn my
And
back
you
on
talk to
anyone.
them.
Yes, I do.
See,
I
people
make
don't
time
hear
for 'em.
about that part. If y'all
Make
got a
time for
problem
'em.
with Madam Mayor, y'all can walk into her office on Friday
As a
and
matter
talk
of
to
fact, if
Madam
their
Mayor.
problem is right at that moment, I will leave the office and go to wherever they have the problem.
Well, Chris made that very clear.
Yes.
You have no problem with stepping off with the problem.
Yes.
So here's my thing, Madam Mayor. When y'all get a problem, y'all got stuff going on, why can't y'all go talk to this lady? Why y'all got to do all this silliness? I just, we are not operating as adults here.
No.
I'm trying to figure out when we're going to start operating as an adult because I don't know about the rest of the people, but for me, if I have a problem, I'm going to ask you, Madam Mayor, and that's serious. I'm so serious.
I want you to.
I know
want
you
everybody
do.
to.
And we have had conversations.
I want everybody to.
We have always had a
Not only you,
conversation.
but I want the residents.
Right. We want
And,
everybody
and
to have
let
a
me
conversation.
let me tell you, I'm not a miracle worker, you know, and I don't try to be, but I try to do the best that I can.
And I also know that some things are out of
Restricted
your
by law.
hands.
Right. Restricted by law.
Exactly. Something is out of your hands, and some things you can't just say, boom, here it is. You have to get permission from other entities also,
Exactly.
depending on what it is. And a lot of times that doesn't happen. So you get blamed for that a lot of the time.
I get blamed for everything, whether I do it right or wrong.
This
I'm
is
not
true.
doing enough, but Dan Miller said change. What changes that he's made?
Here's the thing that I pissed me off that I seen that I know is not your fault. What was the article? Today or yesterday?
And how many? Which one?
Miss Wanda, it pisses me off. Listen, I'm
Which
telling
one?
these people,
Which one?
I'm telling these people that the people, the news people, even the news, the newspapers, everybody puts in there what they want the people to believe.
Right.
It's their narrative. So if you're not following their narrative, then you're getting fed false information.
Well, let me correct one before you get any further.
Okay.
My son, who's worked for the city of Harrisburg,
Yeah.
has been there 11 years before I became the mayor.
Boom.
My granddaughter has worked for the summer program and has worked part-time for over 10 years. And then they made her permanent. So when they're talking about I'm hiring relatives, that is incorrect.
So as far as that part right there, you heard it first, and they got to be able to prove their life there at those jobs. You can't just walk in and say I've been here 10 years and ain't been here 10 years.
But ask the people that I know how many jobs I've given them. Now, how many second chances have I given? I have a lot of second chances as working at the city of Harrisburg.
Miss Wanda, I feel like the thing is you can't give everybody everything all the time.
Well, I don't, but I try.
You can't give everything.
I don't, but I
my
try.
grandmama
because
used
guess
to tell
what?
me that you can't give everybody
I'm not
everything
trying to give
all the
everybody,
time. You
but
can't
let me
please
say-
all the people all the
And
time.
listen, let me say this to you.
This is what we need, though.
I try to do as much as I can.
Right.
Okay.
And you do it for
And
us.
we deserve it. We deserve it because I've been on council 16 years. And I know that these prior mayors have not done anything to make sure that they help our residents in the city of Harrisburg.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So what I'm gonna tell you, when these residents said, Dan, talking about changes, Dan's
All
been in
Dan gonna do
25.
is downtown. He made it clear on what to do Wednesday when I asked him specifically what his plan was. Downtown and them stupid trees. You ain't gave near piece of fruit out of that garden, near piece of vegetable out of that garden to near person of color. Sorry, not sorry. Giving them to Elizabeth Beans had 50-50 kids do not freaking count. Okay, sorry, not sorry. That shit is out the window. I am sorry. That is a bunch of crap. You, that garden and them trees can go and beat it somewhere. Because here's the facts. At the end of the day, if y'all choose to let this man get in, he ain't gonna do a damn thing for nobody in our community. Not one soul. Not one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
can go off on a tangent on him all day, every day.
Okay. I'm fine.
Because he can't communicate with the people what his so-called plan is.
This is
He,
the first time he's ever went in our neighborhoods.
he
And we
only
had
went
our
in our
first.
neighborhoods because I say he lied and said he was on 6th Street and somebody stopped him and said some bullshit. Sorry again. But he said some craziness about 6th Street. You was not on 6th Street, sir.
He's
Why,
never done 6th Street.
why would you lie? Now you on knocking on people's doors talking about you want to be a no.
You need to ask him what has he done for the city, and he's been an elected official for 25 years.
He does nothing for the
He went
city
into
of
the
our
treasury.
people.
He went into
our
the
community.
Treasury Department, and when he went into the Treasury Department, he had a vacancy. That vacancy existed for about a year. And what happened is when we had an individual apply for that position, he immediately closed it down that same day. So I'm not going to get into a culture thing, but he did not want that individual to be in that office. When City Council asked him how diverse was his office, he had to say he didn't have any diversity in his office.
Well, that's clear.
Immediately after that, he hired 2 African American females. So Dan Miller, you're a liar.
He
When you
brought-
talk about how you're diversified in that office. Dan Miller, you're a liar when you said you've done things for the citizens of Harrisburg.
He ain't done nothing for us.
Not at all.
We
We asked
work.
him to participate in the playground build at Emerald Street, and he was never, ever. Well, we asked a lot of people, but not only him, but he was not involved. When's the first time that you ever been to an event at the city of Harrisburg? I've been to 415 events. Where has he been?
I ain't seen him.
Well, he can't. Wait. He went to the 80s.
Oh yeah,
He went to
it
the
was
80s.
downtown on his.
He went to the 80s. He went to the
Mayor.
80s.
It was downtown
He went to the
on his
80s.
where he hangs at.
And he said, I owe him an apology for what I said about his corporation or him having affiliation with the market. Well, I just found out today. I went on the website. He is the CPA for the Broad Street Market.
Boom.
And look on the website. His license expired 2021 of December 31st.
Ain't that what they do?
Okay.
Ain't this what the young
So
people
you've
do?
been doing
Clock that T.
CPA work, and your license expired.
Ain't that what the young people do? Clock that T. Did y'all clock that T?
You clock all of that.
Okay, well, there it is. Clock that T. She said, and she meant what she said. Clock that T. Dan is the CPA for the Broad Street Market. That same Broad Street Market that he said that you, Mayor Wanda Williams, didn't want to have the insurances for it to get refixed. But if he is the personal accountant,
then he should have known that lapsed. Insurance lapsed.
Bingo, baby. Bingo, bango, baby.
And the gentleman was working there. So the 15,000.
I love a good scandal. Baby, I love a scandal when it comes out.
Well, he never addressed that. He never answered those questions.
Never, every time I listen, my issue, like I stated, when I asked this man directly what his plan was, and everybody was like, you keep interrupting me, because he kept saying the same shit. I like to hear what you guys got going on, what y'all got coming down the pipeline. What can we expect from you? But when you keep saying the same shit that you said way back in May, was that May? Yes, May. Mm-hmm. Right before May, I'm sorry, April, March, the same crap kept coming out your mouth. The trees, the garden downtown, the trees, the garden, 3rd Street, the garden, the trees. I'm over that.
He has a couple buildings. Has he ever rented any of his apartments out to any residents in Harrisburg?
No.
All right.
There's a no. That's a no.
Exactly.
And here's the thing. I went and checked this little building down there on 3rd Street.
But you're doing things for the residents.
No. I did my own homework.
No, I'm saying he's doing things for the residents.
But let me tell you what I did. So I went and did my own little homework, right? And I went and investigated his little spots, right? I don't see none of us there ever. Like, no, seriously, all jokes aside, like not even walking by, checking it out. So there's that. If y'all really think that this man is going to do something for the city and the citizens of Harrisburg, which is 85% predominantly us,
African American.
African American.
Ask him why he had such a fit about me paying the trash bills for those individuals who were suffering since COVID. And
Well,
out of those individuals, there's 36 churches that were suffering. So why would you not want to try to pay those individual bills for those individuals to have a fresh start? That money reverts back to the city of Harrisburg anyway.
they only wanted to come. I'm sorry, I was answering a comment. They only wanted to come to that 80s reunion party because they know we know how to have fun and it was in their neighborhood.
And he didn't know how
If
to
we would have
dance.
had that, if we would have had that 80s reunion outside party down on Front Street in the hood more, like Front and McClay, we would not have seen them. We wouldn't have seen them if we would have had it at on Third Street a little bit further down in the hood. We wouldn't. If we'd have had it in front of Polyclinic, if we'd had it at the library on Third Street, we would not have seen them. Okay, it was in their neighborhood. That's why we seen them. I'm sorry, Madam Mayor. Because yeah, they keep on making it seem like that 80s party was where he showed his face. It was on Third Street between Market and Chestnut.
What about the
his
other
block.
410 events that he should have been attending?
He was not.
Every culture.
Let me try this on for size. He wasn't at the family reunion we just had at the Reservoir Park. Y'all remember the family reunion? We're gonna have another one this summer. But the family reunion, thank you, by the way, Madam Mayor. The family reunion was Music Soul Child. Y'all remember? We was all there. We was ghetto out there. We had tables, we had grills. That was because of y'all mayor.
Yes.
That was because of y'all mayor. Now I ain't even gonna front. Dad ain't gonna allow that shit.
We had
ain't
the
gonna
whole
be
summer
allowed out there to have fried fish.
We had the whole summer of music. Not
We
only start
did.
that,
We did,
and
but
we
the
followed up
family
with
reunion,
the Maze with the
music.
Maze, Frankie Beverly and the Maze.
Oh yeah, frankly, my grand,
So,
and my mom and grandmom would have been here. They'd have been throwing them old
and wait
underwears
till
on
you
the
see what
front.
we have coming next year.
Listen, you got my full support on the Reservoir.
National Night Out.
I had a ball.
National Night
a
Out.
ball. I can't even front. I had a good time. They was frying fish, chicken. When I tell you the park was lit like it used to be back in the days, because back in the days, people don't know this. Reservoir Park was where all the families got together and would have picnics on the weekends. That's what they did all the time. That stopped somewhere along the line.
Well, because no one asked. And when they finally asked if they could come and bring the grills and the tents, I agreed.
And you see what happened?
I agreed.
Whew. That was the party of the century, Miss Wanda.
We're going to have more.
Because of you. That was the party of the century. Now, I'm going to be honest with you.
We had a community ball. He never attended.
Wasn't no drama. Wasn't no animosity. And I could tell you, I had personally, I can talk for me. Personally, I had like 6 enemies. 1 over there, 2 over there. We ain't pay each other no minds. Everybody was dancing, drinking, and having a good time. We're listening to music, Soul Child. We had our cases of waters full because we had to stay hydrated because it was hot out there. Yeah. We had a good time. And we appreciate you for that.
And that's what I want. This summer, was the beginning of what we can continuously have. We had the National Night Out. We had over 4,000 people. We had the Frankie Beverly Maze down at the riverfront. We had the Halloween Bash that had over 600 kids. Where was it at?
That's what. Because you were supposed to be here.
We gave out 10 bikes. We gave out 15 headphones, boom boxes, you name it.
That was last Wednesday.
1,500 hot dogs.
Yep. Yep. Y'all did it big out that park this summer. Y'all definitely did. I cannot front. If you didn't have nothing for the kids to do, you could have took them to the park, wore them out, and took them home, gave them a bath, and that was
the residents in the city. You're looking at an individual who stepped into the mayor race only because he was upset because I would not agree to do. And he said I made some promises. I didn't make any promises to him. Why would I promise you anything?
So
he wanted to attach your real estate taxes, your trash bills to your real estate taxes. The impact of that would mean people would lose their homes. So that's why he got angry. And you have to know he's a revengeful person.
Clearly, because the thing is, in May primaries, I know a lot of people might not remember, but I remember because I'm on Everything Moving. I wrote notes down. I keep a book. Back in the May primaries, all of the people that were running for to be the runner for mayor, stated out their own mouths, I quote, "Whoever wins, I will back in the race come November."
And not one of them backed me. And Mr. Butts doesn't live in Harrisburg, so I don't even know how he's on the ballot.
First of all, I don't know. Listen,
It's
don't get me started on Sharky. Please don't get me started on Sharky.
I don't want to
He's
get on
all over
Sharky,
the place.
but he doesn't live in Harrisburg, and people need to realize that.
He's all over the place.
Well, and
how does he keep on getting on the ballot knowing he's not
doing it right
win?
in? He's doing it right in.
I know, but why, Jesus? Come on, sir. You making yourself anyway?
Why is Mr. Miller? He's a lifelong Democrat. If you're a lifelong Democrat, then you wouldn't jump on the Republican ballot.
You jumped immediately. You're a lifelong Democrat. You jumped on the Republican ballot because they decided you to write you in on a Republican ballot, and you genuinely
They wrote me in too. I got 50-something votes, but I didn't jump on the Republican ballot. I was the winner. He's trying to take my job.
As I stated, he
wants my job. I won.
Listen, you definitely won, and that's a fact.
And the bad part about it is that, he only did that because he was angry because I would not do the trash bill.
Well, she let him use her address. Oh, so Lisa Glenn said, I don't even speak that. He used her address to get on the ballot. Well, now you being the snitch. You breaking the law. Everybody breaking the law. Exactly.
I see on Facebook she's been supporting. So now you say you let me use your address to get on the ballot.
You sending screenshots. Girl, see, that's the mental illness we gotta get into, Mayor Wanda. I'm gonna start after this election. I got this mental illness great start because we got to deal with this mental. It's running rampant.
All I want the residents to understand is that we should be united front. This is about doing what's right for the people in this city. And he talks about affordable housing. I walked into city council the first year, and the first thing I said is I wanted to address the homelessness. I want to address the housing stock. And I pushed for the affordable housing. And I made that happen.
I see you putting them up.
Right.
I see you putting them up.
And we're going to continue to put them up. And not only that, they had a fit because I gave $8 million out to developers. We had a committee of 2 people who decided what to do with the monies. And we need to start building in the city of Harrisburg instead of going outside of this Harrisburg. Yeah. Everybody wants to come in here from Kentucky and Wisconsin and buy homes. And then I have to take them down because they don't take care of them. Are they coming here and slap paint on a wall and charge someone $1,500 to live in?
They do the bare minimum.
It's not clean. That's right, bare minimum. I'm saying to you, I made the promises when I ran for mayor. I made promises and I kept those promises. I've paved 101 streets. I keep the streets clean, and even when CRW doesn't do their job, we're back out on that street. Today, we're out in that street today when it rained and it was flooding. We're out there today.
Yeah, that rain came down crazy.
Unclogging.
It came down so fast.
This administration is out here to provide the best services, and not one of these residents said that we have not done that. You've not seen the changes that you've seen since I've been in office. And the only reason that we don't do more is because we have to wait because we've been in debt for so many years. We cannot spend all the money.
Well, see, the thing for me is everybody talks about what wasn't done. What do
you want done?
I can honestly say, as an outsider looking in, I have seen a lot of changes made in your administration, and it may not have been to anybody else's liking or anything like. Okay, for instance, I'm so sick of this conversation about the contracts and who they go to for building. You all are not putting in the bids as a people. If you have a legitimate contracting company and license, bid for the job. If you bid for the job, that's how you get the job. If you don't bid, you can't get it.
Come together. Go together. Work together and bid for the job so that you have a staff and you have the revenue to do the job.
There you go.
Okay, come together. Stop trying to do it by yourself.
There you go. Because they always making it about one thing or another. It's about the people. The people are the problem. They complain about this. They complain about that. They don't come talk to you about their complaints. Number one. No. And then
they'll talk about me, just like I received the call today. Well, you talked about me the whole time I ran for mayor during the primary, but called me 5 times today and wants to know why. Can I meet with you? I said, well, you talk bad about me. You don't even know me, but you talk bad about me. But I need to talk to you. I said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow at 2:30.
See, that's my point. Come to your office, even if they don't like you. Come to your office and talk to you. You made it very clear a couple of weeks ago when you were here the first time that if they needed to have a conversation with you, come talk to you. So once this is over on Tuesday, if you have a problem with our mayor, go to the mayor and talk to her. I don't get what
You weren't able to talk to the former mayor. He
I
didn't
can
talk to
truly
anybody.
say I have seen more construction and street pavements than I have in such a long time. And also the events are really starting to multiply citywide. That's a fact.
So they need to come out and help me because I want to do a Coliseum over City Island.
Oh, wow, I'm down for a Coliseum.
Yeah, we need to stop taking our money to Baltimore and Philadelphia.
Yeah, I
We
agree.
need to
I'm
have
tired
money.
of driving.
Hershey.
I'm tired of driving. We need somewhere where the big names can come party here and say they had a nice setup.
Young man last week sent me a letter, said that I didn't put any, he needed warmers on 15th Street, the corridor, get off the bypass. They're there now.
They're there now.
They're there.
They're there.
Just
Trust me, because I said doop 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 doop
No.
doop doop doop. It's more there than it is on Division Street and 3rd Street.
Well,
because
now I have
listen, Miss Wanda, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a guilty. I came around that been hot. I ain't the only one that came around that bit hot coming off that bypass. Now, honesty is always the best policy. I came around that bit hot and said, "Oh, Miss Wanda's at work again."
And I'm going to be at work again. I got another street. I just got received 2 calls. I'm going to. I was there when they hit the child on Division Street. Right, he dropped right in front of me.
I know you told me about.
And
Division.
I'm not going to allow people to be doing 90 miles an hour
agree.
in these school zones.
I agree.
So
I agree with
we're going to
you.
have quite a few more.
See that coming off that bin off that
15th Street corridor.
Yeah. That's a hot one. That's always been a hot one. I can't blame them for that one. If I lived over there, I would have said something. Because I'm telling you the truth. I have come around that corner hot quite a few times. So
we calculated it.
Yeah, exactly. So I appreciate that.
I mean, there's things that I want to do, but now I just understand you can't do things overnight and you can't do things in the first term.
Yeah. It takes a while to do it.
You know, I'm running for a second term because there's a lot of things that I want to do. These street lights need to be brighter. I want to replace every last one of them. You need to also have cameras on every street in this city. And to the residents, please call down for the porch lights that we have.
Yes.
They're very, very nice porch lights. And we cannot get people to come in and apply for those.
What? See,
we fixed about 60 residents' homes already.
I have posted those lights every week.
Right.
I'm gonna post them again.
Okay.
I'm gonna post those lights again, and I'm gonna post how you can get in contact to get those lights. But all you gotta go is the Second Market into that building, and they'll get you those free lights for your porches, which y'all really need. Right. I promise you. Those lights help in situations where folks is in your neighborhoods creeping around when they shouldn't be. We've seen ourselves on this here social media, people walking up on their Ring cameras, taking stuff off of their porches because it's dark. So you gotta I suggest if you have a home, it doesn't matter if you own or rent. If you have a light up on the ceiling of your porch, they will replace them and put bright, nice lights front and back.
Free.
The operative word, FREE. Okay.
And please understand that, there's a lot of things that I've done to make sure that we have safety in the city of Harrisburg. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, I'm perfect at doing everything. I'm not.
No one is.
Many. Yes, I know that.
Jesus,
God is.
That's it.
But there's a lot of things that need to be done in this city. Every time someone knocks down a stop sign, we're immediately replacing that. Well, that costs us money too. So, we're going after those individuals who continues to knock down these stop signs. We're going after these individuals who continuously run into the side of our curbing and just take the whole curbing away. I'm putting my foot down for these landlords that have homes,
slumlords.
They're slumlords, but they have homes that have lead base in them. We have a program where we're trying to get rid of that lead base. Our children are eating the paint and they're getting very, very sick.
Yeah.
So, we have a program to do that. So please come down and we will put you in a hotel until we do the lead base. We've already done 60 houses. We're not renovating them, but we're going to make them safe. And we're
Yeah.
going to make them, so that you can live in those homes safe, comfortably.
Right. Madam Mayor, I have a question. What is the plan for Governor Square? Do you know?
At this point right now, just found out today, I'm going to be walking through one of the apartments.
Uh-huh.
We've done, we renovated five of those apartments already.
Okay.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be walking through one of those apartments today. I mean, this week, well, tomorrow, matter of fact, Friday.
Mhm.
And we have a receiver who's right there on spot, and he's going to be now collecting all the money, and the money goes right back into the Governor Square apartments.
Okay, it's still gonna be the low income.
It has to be.
Okay,
It's
beautiful.
HUD regulated.
Okay,
Also, there's land that the city owns.
right.
So yes, it
Wonderful.
will be affordable, but it's going to take some time because we have to get enough contractors in there to do those apartments.
And also, the fire department is installing fire detectors. Also, ladies,
and yes, fire detectors, smoke alarms,
and
carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide.
So please.
So, ladies and gentlemen, these are all free items that you can get from the city. If you live in the city limits of Harrisburg, you can get free lights for your porches. You can get free smoke detectors, carbon monoxide, all of that. You can get any of that free to keep your family protected. And that's any part of the city of Harrisburg. All you have to do is reach out to the municipal building at 2nd and Market Street, and they can get you whatever you need. I'm also going to make the post with the lights to give you the information to reach out about the lights. Please. I will post that once again. This is all free stuff. I don't understand why y'all won't take advantage. Smoke detectors are most important, especially for small families. And especially if you're in a house and not if you're in one of the row homes, those are the ones that really need them the most because you're connected to more walls. Anybody that's in a row home or a townhouse, y'all the ones that really should be reaching out to get this free items. Honestly.
Thank you for having me on here tonight.
Absolutely. We're in crunch time.
Any other questions that concerns? Okay.
No. Okay. This is crunch time. We want you back in that seat for another few years so we can get some more things done in the city. I am backing you as the mayor. Anybody out there, anybody wants to know, I want you guys to vote for Wanda Williams coming Tuesday, November the 4th. I want you to vote for Miss Wanda. I want you to vote for Tina L. Nixon. I want you to vote for Latasha Williams. If you're in Stilton, I want you to vote for Sierra Dent. I need you guys to get out and vote.
If you're in Gettysburg, Rita Freeland
in Gettysburg. I need to get some information on them so I can start spreading that.
And there's quite a few other female mayors surrounding area in the state of Pennsylvania. So I'll give you a list.
Yeah, give me a list, Miss Wanda, so I can keep the people up on what we need to do in our areas. Because I got family all over the state, so we can, reach out and touch some people.
We have a calendar.
Wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I personally believe it's a battle against the black women. If we being real, it's the battle against the black woman. Y'all are treating us bad. Y'all are badgering us. You're lying. You're telling stories. You're doing the most. But right now, today, our purpose in life is to make sure Miss Wanda is able to take care of our city for another 4 years. Because, like I said, if she's taking care of our city, that means some of us are going to be taken care of. Not all of us. That may be the case. You can't. Come on. Some of y'all don't need no help. Y'all just try to take advantage of the help. Let's be real about that too. But anywho, as far as our city goes right now, we need people in place that are going to make sure that we are going to be okay. Period, point blank. We don't need nobody in the office that's only going to be worried about the numbers. No. What about the people? This is an emotional-based city. We go through a lot of things. A lot of things happen. A lot of people. Take your time, Mayor, and keep improving our streets and our community as a whole.
Thank you. Thank you.
So some people are seeing it. People are seeing some of the work that you are doing. Yeah. They don't want to pay attention to it. They don't want to admit it, but we see it.
Call a friend.
Tell a friend. Yes, everybody vote. CJ Johnson's also running for city council down there in Stilton. Vote. We need everybody to come out and vote on November the 4th. We need to show up in numbers that we haven't shown up in a lot of years, especially in our little city. It's mandatory. The reason why we're going through the things right now we're going through is because folks don't like to vote. And that's the truth. Some great black men came out last Saturday and Monday. I missed that. I don't know what she saw. Aunt Sylvia Regal's talking about that. I don't know. We missed that, Auntie. I don't know what you're talking about. No problem, CJ. You know I got you. But we want folks to vote. So make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We need everybody to get out and vote. Absolutely. And as far as anybody, if you have a problem with whatever's going on in your life, once Madam Mayor gets back in the office every Friday, her office door is open for meetings, conversations. If you need anything, reach out. The free stuff is down there. Get it.
Thank you.
Low voter turnout is absolutely unacceptable. You're absolutely right, Sierra. You're absolutely right. It's unacceptable this go round. We can't have it. Anything else you want to say, Miss Wanda?
No. And hello, Sierra.
Hey, CC.
Yes.
Good luck on Tuesday. There will be a watch party at the new Crawdaddies on 6th Street on Tuesday that I will be at. The Democratic Party is having a watch party at the new Crawdaddies. So catch me up there on Tuesday evening. If you need a ride to the polls, ladies and gentlemen, I will be giving rides to the polls. Anyone that doesn't have a ride and they want to vote, please make sure y'all get out and vote. Don't let that be the excuse why you don't vote.
And my watch party will be at a S&D Lounge.
And up at S Club, my other spot, my other office. That's my office. The S Club is Miss Wanda's watch party on Tuesday and Crawdaddy. So I'll be jumping back and forth because I can fly back and forth.
Thank you.
Don't put no speed bumps on 6th Street yet.
I'm not.
Now the stop signs took me down, Miss Wanda. No, but we've been needed that stop sign by Hamilton. I ain't even going front.
Yeah.
The one by the new because you know that's my neighborhood, 6th and Emerald. The 6th and Emerald killed me. That murdered me, but I understand because it's new families there, and
children.
We need to stop and see what's going on. But that took me, Miss Wanda. I rode down 6th Street very slow, a lot of years cruising.
That's okay.
Because we used to cruise the block.
All right.
And I looked at that stop sign and said, wait a minute, I ran through the stop sign.
Oh, you were lucky the police weren't there.
Listen, and they say, Shantae, you got to stop at the stop sign because they're pulling people over now. I said, I'm cool with that. I just didn't know it was a real stop sign.
And before we go, let me say this to you. We are not ticketing people on Sundays, nor will we tow their car.
Okay, no ticketing on Sundays and no towing on Sundays.
Yes.
But what I also want to say on that note is stop parking in that fire lane and them damn plazas, and y'all ain't got to worry about y'all cars getting towed. Y'all want to keep going against the grain, and as soon as the man pulls up and pulls your car, y'all want to snap out and act a donkey. You're doing something illegal. It is the fire lane. You cannot park there at the Uptown Plaza or the Klein Plaza. You will be towed.
Okay.
Accept it.
Thank you. I thank you for. I have to go, but
I know. Me too. I'm tired today.
Yes, I thank you.
That rain took us down.
Yes, it did.
You have a good luck. I will see you on Tuesday. Everybody have a great rest of your night.
Let me just say, residents, please get out there and vote November the 4th.
November the 4th.
I think I've been committed for 30 years. I really have. Started. She said 40. Started at the school board as an advocate for you, city council president, and now as the mayor. I will always be looking out for the best services. And it's not about me. It's about all of you. It's not about the mayor position, because really it doesn't pay that much for me to be taking all this harassment. But I do it because I love my city and I'm not going anywhere. And I'm always going to be vocal for all of you.
That's one thing we love about each other. We love our city.
Yes.
That's one thing. I love my city, baby. And I want all of us to win. So good luck, Miss Wanda.
Thank you.
Good luck, Sierra. Good luck, CJ. Good luck, Miss Tina. Good luck, Latasha. Everybody. Oh, good luck, John, for the coroner.
Yes.
Good luck, everybody that's running that we want to win. Listen, everybody, pay attention. I will be posting a list of everybody we voting for on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Y'all getting that list. So stay tuned. I'll see y'all next week. I got something special for y'all next week. But until then, y'all have a great rest of y'all night.
Thank you. I was going to say I'm in paying $150.